there is a certain kind of mental noise that doesn't scream or shout, but hums quietly beneath every thought. A soft static that follows you from morning into night. You carry lists in your head, invisible conversations on loop, tiny calculations behind every decision. The world praises the fast, the productive, the certain, and in the rush to keep up, your own voice becomes the faintest whisper. But now, in this moment, you are invited to come home to yourself, to a space where nothing must be solved, no performance is needed, and silence is not absence but presence. Let yourself settle into a slower rhythm, one that doesn't measure your value in achievements or your worth in how much you've done. This space was never meant to be efficient. It was made for honesty, for the quiet awareness that underneath the noise, your mind is a soft, intelligent landscape, not something broken to be fixed, but something alive, deep, and capable of rest. As your breath slows, feel the pace of your thoughts begin to mirror it, not fading completely, but softening, like lights dimmed just enough to see what really matters. There is something powerful about giving yourself permission to pause. You don't need to explain your slowness or justify your stillness. This is not a delay in progress. This is part of it. The most profound clarity often arrives not in moments of effort, but in those rare, brave pauses when you stop trying to be anything and simply allow yourself to be. Your mind does not need to be tamed. It needs to be held gently, like a soft fabric resting in warm hands, accepted for its texture, honored for its depth. The thoughts that rise now do not need to be answered or redirected. Let them move through, like wind brushing through curtains, felt but not grasped. There is no judgment here. There is no goal. You are not here to become someone else. You are simply returning to the version of yourself that feels most like home, not because she is perfect, but because she is true. And in that truth, in that quiet honesty, lies a strength that does not depend on how loudly you speak or how much you prove. It is a strength made of softness, awareness, and presence. Even as your mind begins to wander, you do not need to pull it back with force. Let it drift. Let it spiral. Let it play, like clouds moving across a wide open sky. There is no urgency here. Your attention is not a tool of discipline, but a gentle invitation to come back whenever you are ready. This is how softness becomes power, not by controlling what arises, but by choosing how gently you respond. And right now, that choice is spaciousness, patience, and deep, quiet respect for the life of your own thoughts. As you listen to the rhythm of your breath and the spaces between words, begin to notice how rarely the world allows you to exist without proving something. And yet, here you are, doing nothing, being everything. Not as a role or a label, but as a whole being made of thought and silence, of light and shadow, of effort and release. Your value does not fluctuate with your performance. It is not dependent on your momentum. You were whole before you began, and you remain whole now, even in stillness. If any tension remains, it is not a failure. It is simply something asking to be seen. Let it sit beside you without needing to name it or fix it. You are allowed to feel full, messy, unfinished, and still be worthy of tenderness. The mind, like the body, does not require perfection to deserve care. Let your awareness wrap around every part of your inner world like velvet wraps around shape, not to hide it, but to hold it with softness, with understanding, without pressure. You may begin to notice a deepening now, not a falling asleep, but a quiet anchoring, a sense that beneath all your thoughts, there is a layer of knowing that does not argue, does not rush, does not fear. It simply watches, calmly and wisely. This is your intuitive self, the one who has always been with you, even when your days were too loud to hear her. And in this space, you can meet her again, not with questions, but with welcome, not seeking answers, but feeling held. Let this final moment stretch like warm silk across your awareness. No tension, no conclusion, just a continued unfolding. The world outside may still be busy, chaotic, demanding, but here inside, there is peace. Not a peace that comes from having everything sorted, but a peace that comes from letting go of the need to sort it. You do not have to be at your best to be at peace. You do not have to be clear to be calm. You only need to allow yourself to exist as you are, right now. And as you slowly return to your body, your breath, the room around you, take with you this softness. Let it line the edges of your thoughts tomorrow. Let it stay in the way you speak to yourself. Let it be the voice beneath your voice, steady, kind, and quietly powerful. You don't need to be sharp to be intelligent. You don't need to be loud to be heard. You only need to remember the truth that lives inside your quietest moments. You already carry everything you need. You always have.